Hi guys, I'm Jerusha and you're watching Jerusha Couture TV. I am here today with my actually second ever first impressions videos. I think my first one I did of this and my only one I've done of this was on my Chanel walk, which I no longer have, and I felt like I wanted to do this again. This is a great type of topic of video to do, especially if you be honest and raw about it, because sometimes I search for these, like, what do people think? Where is this bag? Or like, where is this item? And what do people actually truly think of it? Not like a review, but your first gut feeling about it. Today, we'll be featuring this little guy. And oh my gosh, the absolute impact that this bag had when I did the unboxing of this. I truly, hand on heart, did not know that I would just get that much detail and, you know, response, and then, you know, questions and emails and DMs about this bag. So here it is in all its glory. Obviously tiny. This is the Louisvuitton Nano Speedy, the brand new Nano Speedy that is out, the current design, the current item, I guess I should say. And the reason I'm saying that is because there was a mini HL. Now the mini HL is, I guess you could say, the original version of this bag back whenever they did it. So this would just be, I guess, the new remodeled version of it. And the difference is it's a wee bit bigger, and it has a strap, a shoulder strap or a crossbody strap that is not detachable. So I'm not sure if the HL has a D-ring inside. This model, however, doesn't. But it's essentially a absolutely micro version of a Speedy bag, and that, I can tell you, is my first comment I want to say, is that if you own this bag, or if you get this bag, or if you have the HL, you might hear me say that a few times in this video because it is essentially the same bag, you will get so many comments about how small it is. Like, ridiculous. Almost every person that I ran into, family, friends, in the week and a half that I wore this straight, a week and a half wearing it straight, nearly 2 weeks wearing it straight with my other bags, so my briefcase and my baby bag, almost every single person was like, oh my god, is that a handbag for Zaki? That is my first major impression, is that this nano bag is such a showstopper for how incredibly tiny it is. Like, visually, you know, Mum said it literally looks like a Honey I Shrunk the Kids bag. It looks as if, you know, you just took a shrink machine, a shrink ray to your Speedy, and zapped it and shrunk it to this miniature tiny version. But as we saved the Speedy, it is a black hole. In the unboxing of this video, I did show you, like, just instantly what I would put in it from the pouch that I was carrying, but I will re-show you some items in it. So definite pros is actually what it holds, and surprisingly what it can hold. So capacity is definitely an amazing little pro. Handiness, so just a grab and go, non-fuss, no buckles. It's so tiny that up to you, you can just leave the top zipper open and you don't even have to really think about it. I mean, it's such a small opening that it's so close to the body as well, if it's crossbody, that I'm sure you'd feel someone trying to get into your bag. It's kind of like, you know, an Eva clutch or a clutch in that sense, because it is so small. Other pros, it is really functional. So even though the strap is not detachable, which a lot of comments came through, like, I just wish the strap was detachable. Trust me, even if it was detachable, there would be very very few times that you would actually take this strap off. You know, very few. Because firstly, handheld on any grown person without this strap is just, it's carrying a baby's bag, carrying a child's bag. So the strap makes it obviously so much more functional, so much more grown. You can get away with sort of wearing it without being just, you know, a Comedy Central. So the function of the strap I think is great. So to me, detachable or not, I don't see that as a con. I don't see it as a pro. I don't really care. Does that make sense? I think if it was detachable and not there, I don't know if I would take it off. Does that make sense? Another really great pro, like most of us do in the luxe here, is we use smaller bags. So your Eva clutches, your pouches, your favorites, your pochette accessoire, down inside other bags. So for a good majority, about 3 to 4 days of that, nearly 2 weeks, I was carrying my Neverfull as my briefcase. This was down inside my Neverfull. Not only was it down inside there with all my like essentials, my car key, my work keys, my wallet, my phone, things like that, and I would just pull it out to use that and then have my Neverfull. It was because this is fresh vachette. And unless you know patina and the aging process of this raw cowhide leather, if it's not got a little bit of turn on it, so it's starting to go a little bit dark, your watermarks, grease, things like that will really rub off and could possibly stain. So I was sort of keeping it down inside my Neverfull at times, like going to the nail salon. They put the oil in your cuticles and I'm like, no, it's okay, you don't have to do that today. I gotta pick up my new SPEEDY. Definitely the fact that it can just go inside larger bags and be pulled out, you know, when you need it, like that sort of quick and easy kind of, yeah, clutch size bag. I will tell you a pro is that this is the soft canvas. I don't want to say newer canvas anymore because it's the canvas, the only canvas that Louis Vuitton does is this soft feeling. And when we say the newer canvas or anyone says softer canvas, it's because the original sort of, when we all started buying Louis Vuitton, you know, a lot back in, reviewing it, back on YouTube back in 2007 and stuff, it was a harder version of the canvas, meaning it's just not as pliable and soft. But a pro is that, you know, all the bags are sort of coming out in this softer canvas. And I really like that in this bag because you can sort of get more in it and it's just nice to the touch. It reminds me a lot of a mini Palm Springs backpack like that. And it holds the items well. It's not as if they're sticking out or bulking out or it looks, you know, really overstuffed or anything like that. If it was firmer canvas, it could sort of be like that. So that's a pro. And then of course it's all over monogram. So that is a #1 pro. It goes with everything. Monogram is such a neutral. With the browns, it goes with everything and you don't have to worry about color transfer, especially in a bag this small. It's going to be rubbing on your body crossbody. I don't think this is a pro or a con that it's actually the raw vachette, the raw cowhide leather, as opposed to the slightly treated cowhide leather that Louis Vuitton are doing at the moment. Not doing it on classic pieces, but if it was just a little bit in that like pre-done, pre-treated, it would be nice, but that's not a pro or a con. I don't really mind. For me personally, when you are buying a piece of monogram with raw cowhide leather, I always say, know what you're buying into. Don't buy it and go, oh no, I'm so scared of it. I'm so scared of it turning, you know, getting darker or getting stains. But you're buying it knowing that that's what the raw cowhide leather does. It is so Louis Vuitton. That is their trademark. So I just think you have to know what you're going in for. Don't buy it if you want it to be black. It's obviously much like the Pochette Matisse Reverse. It's much better wearing because it's black. However, you know, I always say my items get really dark and I don't know how I feel about it now, but then I come back and I buy another item. So each their own on that. Okay, I think that's most of the pros that I can think of at the time. Cons. let's go into the cons list. Obviously, it's a micro bag, minuscule bag. So I knew that the zipper opening would be like, you know, Speedy 25s are tiny, so imagine a quarter of that is the size of this. So obviously your opening is small. If you have a Max phone, or whatever, Plus X Max S, whatever they're called now, God, or a Samsung's are big, you're having to turn it on a side. Whether that's a con to you, I'm just going to list it as a con, because you really need to know that if you find this online or buy it from a personal shopper, you're turning your big phones in. If you have a 7 or a 10 or an X regular, it'll probably just drop straight in, which is nice. I will say another con. I don't know why they do this. I don't know why they do this. It is wild. Okay, I still to this day get questions about this. And let me see. No, I don't have an example there. I have an example in my Crochet Matisse. But this Nano, which is current, it's so current, it's a 2019 model, all has the brushed hardware. So it is all that Speedy brushed hardware. I have my Pochette Matisse here with the shiny gold hardware to show you. You can see in the zipper pull there. But this Speedy, Nano Speedy is all the brushed again. I think it's a con. I think it's a con because for a bag made in this year, all this hardware, I don't understand how they can't have it in unison and all the factories have the shiny gold hardware. It would just be nice. It would be so consistent as well. Other houses are so consistent with things like this. You will never see YSL with two different products with two different hardware. It's just, I don't understand why Louis Vuitton can't get it right, or that's how they've designed it when they're so strong about counterfeit. Because, you know, when you have variations, that's where it just is not cool for counterfeit. So anyway, that's definitely, I think it's a con. It should be shiny brass hardware, gold hardware. It definitely should. Should I have a D-ring? I don't know if that's a pro or a con. It would be cute because then you could quickly pull your key in and out if you needed it, rather than a black hole type thing. I guess a con could be it's not a detachable strap. I don't think it's a con, but that could be, you know, a con to you. My first impressions is I really don't think it's a con. I really don't, because again, I wouldn't be detaching it because I probably could not get away with just carrying this like this. I mean, I do. I hold it in my hand, but I've got a strap so I can kind of be like, get away with it. This is an interesting con, and sure, your boutiques might be different depending. This came from Paris. I don't know if it came from Champs-Élysées. I don't know which boutique my personal shopper got it from. This was the box, so this the mini Palm Springs size box, or even a Speedy 25 size box. Very nice size box. Shocking size dust bag. And my personal shopper, all my personal shoppers don't open my boxes. They can to double check, but I don't care. I always just say, just send it to me. Don't open it. And so she didn't know. But this is the bag, okay? This is a dust bag, and this would be this is my, I have like literally 3 bags worth of stuff in front of me. I've just unpacked the car. This would be for a cosmetic case, PM for sure. The fact that it came in this, and if you watched my unboxing, I'll link it up here in a card. You heard me say, oh, it's already peeking out, and that's because it was in this tiny little bag. And that definitely was a con. Obviously, that's not for every person. I mean, you might even get a drawstring dust bag from your essay or online, I don't know. But that's a shocker. Just because it's a small bag, that's a shocker. Like, it should definitely be in a bag that fits. Other cons is adjustable. So a lot of people say it should be detachable. However, I can imagine it being secured on like this, but adjustable could be nice because you maybe taller or a shorty and you might want to make it smaller or longer, whatever you want. I think that is pretty much it in the way of pros and cons, that most of them that I can think of right this second. For reference, I will let you know that the dimensions of this little guy come in at length is 6.3 inches or 16 centimeters. Its height comes in at 4.9 inches or 12.5 centimeters. And its width comes in at 3.9 inches or 10 centimeters, which is nice there. It's a nice little size. It's a decent size, that's for sure. So let's go ahead again and give you a little filler upper on what fits in this guy. Alrighty, so I'll do a little comparison again. Here is my Toiletry 15 case in the monogram as well, so pretty comparable in length, and if you have this you would know that that's, you know, pretty darn small, so pretty comparable in length, base length, but that is that. Trying to put it in, no, and why you would do that I have no idea. That's silly, obviously, because it would take up the whole space and it would basically be a pouch in a pouch. But let's go ahead and pack it with sort of what I've got going on right now. So my keys in my 4-ring key holder from Louis Vuitton in the Mahina line. That is beautiful and fits inside there. I've taken this out of my stroller because it's just become like my coin purse, strangely enough. But these are amazing. This is my little Longchamp coin purse in the Le Pliage line in the navy color. I can put that down inside as well. Let's go ahead and put the phone in. So iPhone 8 Plus, and you have to turn it on the angle like so. I did that originally. I'm still using my Chanel card case as my wallet, and I've got it. Should I do a first impressions on this, because this is pretty new as well, and because I would like, and let's rather than reviews, let's do more first impressions type, because a lot of this is all so new that I can still do first impressions rather than full-blown reviews. But that is the card case there inside, and we've still got a bit of room. You can see down in there, there's all our items, so they're obviously stuck in a line. And in the unboxing I just showed, this is where you can just start dropping in, you know, lippies. So a Chanel, the matte velvet, a Chanel rouge gloss. My sunnies at the moment are my Celine Tildas. We should probably show you those, they're really dirty. Bam. Yeah, they're so dirty, oh my gosh. And they're in their baggie. However, I would probably put them in like my Gucci baggie, like a small one, because this thing is just a bit too cumbersome. But I'll just show you sliding them in on top like so, because they go in, it's crazy. There we go, that's all of that in there, and I'm sure I could, you know, throw in a few other, like, just on the top, like essentials if I needed them, extra cards, hair ties, any other lip gloss, some pens, hair ties, a pen, another lip gloss, let's do it, why not? You can just do so many little items into this bag and it does up perfectly, and when it's got weight it's so good. See what I mean by it's just shaped nicely? So yeah, let me give you some other options. We've kept the keys in there, we've kept the phone in there, and the little coin pouch from Longchamp. I'm going to show you if I was to be, I've taken my wallet out, so if I was to be using my zippy coin purse, matchy in the monogram, perfect, slides right in there, no problem. And I will just show you the size comparison next to the mini O case. This is in the white, sorry if it's blowing out. So I just had to take out the coin purse, sorry, so I could slip this, because you definitely have to turn this, and if it was really overstuffed it probably would squash down inside there. I'll just put my coin purse back in. But yep, There we go, there is the mini O case. So if you wanted to use it as a cosmetic little case, it does fit in there. That's pretty amazing actually. So yes, that's a few other options. Let me stand up and show you again what it looks like on me. I am 5'7", 5'8", taller, curvier, that sort of story. And let's look at it. How cute is this little ASOS dress? Honestly, I'm dress obsessed. I am just dress obsessed. So here it is. So on the shoulder, no worries, perfect drop on me. This is why I would say adjustable it's definitely a con, because I mean, if you're shorter than me, you know, it's gonna hit sort of at a much longer length, and then it will become more of that kind of like walk length, and then, you know, that's quite long. So there we go on the shoulder, very cute. Here we go holding it. So that would be your only option if you took the strap off and if it was detachable, which, I mean, cute, but come on. And then obviously the cool option is crossbody for hands-free and, you know, being able to sort of run around, do errands, or go to an event or a game or something like that. Really handy like that. Really handy. And just cute. See, monogram just goes with everything. Okay, wrapping it up here. Last, I guess, major con would be the fact that this is just so hard to get right now. It is just so hard to get. It's definitely one of those things, you know, the nano bags came in. There's still the nano noir. Is there a nano terrine? And is there a nano alma? I'm not quite sure, but there's other nanos, and there were nanos. They came in really, really crazy. But when they did this remodel, it really just went nuts, and it sold out instantly. And then, you know, the bloggers got it or whatever, and then once that happens, it's so sought after. It is so hard to get. I don't want to turn a good video sour, but I just want to say here in the end, if I share, and I put this rant on Instagram, if I share the fact that I've bought from one of my personal shoppers and I disclose that information to you, there is no way and no right that gives anybody the right to go and attack that personal shopper, that, oh, you worked with this, you know, influencer, this YouTuber, so she gets stuff for free and you give it to her first. When I unboxed this, we had a big run-in with my personal shopper. I don't want to go over it. You will simply get blocked and deleted, and you will get blacklisted from being able to work with these personal shoppers. I don't care if you don't think that's fair. You can't come and attack these women. They work so hard, okay? And that is absolutely not the case. I don't know how people get away with saying some of the stuff they say these days, but it's just rude. It is outright rude. And if you're watching this thinking, oh, well, that's so true, like influencers get this, da la la, you need to take a seat firstly, because we work as well. And there is a lot of times that, yes, people might jump hoops for influencers to sort of get it seen or whatnot. But there are other times where it's like, no, wait your turn, wait in the line type thing. That's not it at all. And people shouldn't jump to assumptions. That's all I want to say on this video. So you can go get your life. Please don't say things like that. And if I'm going to share information, it's valuable. It's like, oh my gosh. Anyway, that is what happened with this. It is very hard to get. I suggest you go through a personal shopper if you're really, really dying to get your hands on one. They usually can do, you know, wonders in finding them, or get your essay to get you on the list. Stock comes in, or stalk the websites, guys. And when I mean stalk, I mean put it into a bookmark and refresh and refresh and refresh for like an hour of one day and see if it pops up. Because when they get the inventory in, they list it, it sells, it's gone. And the online shop is different to the boutique or the, you know, the client services hotline. So they are my tips. But this is the gorgeous Louis Vuitton Nano Speedy in the monogram, and that was my first impressions. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, guys. If you like these first impressions videos, show me the love by giving me a thumbs up and I'll do more. Let's do more. Rather than reviews, let's do quick first impressions type videos. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already and you wish to do so, there is a button below, guys. I will see you in my next video. Take care. Peace.